Back from the dead. Survived the war. My name's Ronnie. I'm going to teach you something today that is very important in many countries of the world, probably including your country. It commemorates people who fought in the war, World War I, World War II. And what we're doing is we are respecting people who gave their lives for our freedom. Thanks, soldiers. Have you noticed that when you walk around in November, people are wearing red flowers or a red pin on their jackets? And you may ask yourself, why are people wearing these red? Is this a new brand? What's happened? What has happened is Remembrance Day. Or if you are living in America, it's called Veterans Day. And in other countries of the world, it's called Armistice Day. This day is November 11th. So what happens on November 11th at 11 a.m. is we have what's called 1 minute of silence. That means at exactly 11 a.m. for 1 minute, we do not speak because we are remembering men and women who died in the wars. So we have a very special way to say this. We say the 11th hour, which is 11 a.m. of the 11th day of the 11th month. So this is November 11th at 11 a.m. You might think, well, hey, hold on, Ronnie. You think that the war just ended at 11 a.m.? They're just like, oh, we're not going to fight anymore. No, unfortunately, it didn't happen like that. What happened was it marked the end of World War I in 1918. So November 11th at 11 a.m., there was a treaty signed. And it marked the end of World War I in 1918. But then you know history and go, hey, there was a World War II. Yeah. So there was a World War II. Has that ever ended? And it ended at a different date. But this holiday commemorates people who have fought in any wars. So what does Remembrance Day, what does it commemorate? Why do we have this? As I told you, we remember members of the armed forces. Armed forces means people in the military, so people in the Army, the Navy, the Marines, anywhere where there's armed forces, who died in the line of duty. In the line of duty means they died while at war or while fighting. In the USA, they also have a special day called Memorial Day. Now, Veterans Day and Memorial Day is a little bit different in the USA. Memorial Day is actually for the people who died, but Veterans Day remembers anyone and everyone who fought in the war. Like in Remembrance Day and Armistice Day, even if you didn't die in the war, if you fought in the war, we are remembering and respecting your time and your life that you gave for our countries. In America, Memorial Day is the last Monday in May, but Veterans Day, Remembrance Day, and Armistice Day is November 11th. So you might still be thinking like, whoa, Ronnie, what? I'm so confused. November 11th, why are people wearing poppies? I don't get it. I don't understand about poppies. So the reason why we wear poppies, which are a red flower on our jackets, is because there was a very, very famous soldier. Well, he was more than a soldier, actually. He was a lieutenant. So this word is lieutenant, colonel. And he was a doctor, and he was Canadian. He was a Canadian physician. He earned the rank of lieutenant colonel. His name is John McCrae. John McCrae wrote a really famous poem, probably a song, in Flanders Fields. Now, Flanders is a place in Belgium where there was a war. So what happens is the people who were in the war were buried in Flanders Fields. He wrote a poem. When I was in school, any school child in Canada has to recite the poem. In Flanders Fields where poppies grow, among the crosses row on row that mark our place. Bam! So what happened is he was talking about poppy fields that grew that marked the soldiers' graves. Another lady thought this is kind of cool and decided to use the poppy as the emblem or the symbol to represent brave men and women who fought in the wars. If Remembrance Day teaches us nothing to remember the people, how about we talk about not having wars? Let's try that for the next Remembrance Day. Until next time, we salute the troops. See you later.